Hey guys, and it's Firebird Friday. Welcome back to the next episode. Wait. I'm done with this shit. Anyways, so last week you noticed that we drove the Firebird for the first time in 25 years around the block, and then right at the end there, before we made it back in the driveway, we were just puking transmission fluid and ATF all over the street. And so, yeah. We were able to wash the car, win, but ultimately we need to find out what the heck was going on with this transmission and see if we can fix it and maybe make it happen one more time. So with that, let's get underneath the car. Let's see how bad this is going to be, and if we can fix it, keep our fingers crossed, and see what else we can figure out today on this episode of Firebird Friday. So let's go. Alright, let's take a look and see what the heck happened. Oh, yep. Frickin' modulator. That's why we're blowing. That's that line up there. Let's see if I can kind of... Well, there's the hold down, so somehow it just popped itself completely out of the transmission. So I'm gonna get another ½ inch and see if we can't get this back down and secured tightly this time, and put some training fluid in. Let's find out what happens. On closer inspection, we also found this pin, or this I guess pin. So we're going to try to put this back in the transmission and get this buttoned up and see if the train will hold some fluid so we can take it for one more drive and back it up in so we can start tearing into things. Let's put this back together and see what happens. Alright, so we pulled the dipstick. Let's go ahead and get this in. And we'll start filling that up with some ATF. Alright, so we have filled up the transmission with about 8 quarts of ATF, since we knew we launched all of it out on the road last week when we were driving it. Now I'm just going to take it through each gear for about 10 seconds each gear to make sure I get all the fluid running throughout the entire transmission. Now, this B&M shifter, for whatever reason, it's definitely redneck engineering here. I have park, I have neutral, I have reverse, I have drive, but I cannot get it down into first or second gear. So for now, I'm just going to have to run through reverse, neutral, and park and drive to try to get the fluid in before we check it one more time. I let the engine warmed up for a few minutes, so I know everything's good there. So let's just go ahead and run through these gears real quick, and hopefully we can back this Firebird out. Alright, let's pull this dipstick. Let's see how we're looking here. If I can get this camera to focus. 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 Focus, goddammit. Focus. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. So it shows full, but obviously this thing puked its guts out last week. So I think 8 quarts is good. 12 quarts is the max on this 350. So we have fixed the problem with the transmission. Looks like that modulator blew off, whatever. Maybe I didn't have that bolt down tight, but I've gotten it down tight this time. I'll put it back together, and we filled her up with 8 quarts of transmission fluid. So I think it's about time we flip this bird around and have her nose pointing outside. So let me go get the wife and let's get this done. Let's go. Well guys, we got her backed up and into the garage. As you can see, we have a little bit of a mess down here. Appears that we're leaking out of that front seal, crank seal, I'm pretty sure. I got that. Plus we also have a water pump I do believe is going out. So again, I'm thinking about pulling the motor, rebuilding it, refreshing it, whatever, and taking a look at that transmission as well. And obviously we need to take care of this front end right here. And I got to thinking, you know what? It's Friday. You know, why don't we have a beer or a margarita? And what if we were able to put that chrome bumper back on just for a little bit? Because eventually I'm gonna tear off both fenders, the hood, radiator support, take off that whole front clip so I can get in there and rebuild the whole suspension, new shocks, new bushings, ball joints, tie rod ends, the whole thing. And so why don't we put the bumper on? Let's have some fun. Let's just see what it looks like. We'll have a drink and see what she looks like when we're all finished and done. All right, let's pop the hood. Let's take a look at what we got here. See if we can't get this front bumper on. Pull it once, pops it, just push it down all the way. There it is. Now, take a look at what we got here. Alright guys, before we get into it, time for a beverage. And liking these new Cayman Jacks that we picked up last weekend. If you haven't been a subscriber, would you please hit that subscribe button down below. Give me a thumbs up, hell, give me a thumbs down, whatever. Make a comment, don't make a comment. I'm just having fun restoring my brother's Firebird, and I hope the rest of you guys are enjoying this as well. So thanks to all you guys for watching. And let's get back to this bumper thing. And ooh, new t-shirts, tank tops, wife approved, coming next week. So make sure you're around next Friday for that video on the new t-shirts. So let's get back to this bumper. Let's go. So here's our bumper. Hopefully you can see that. It's you know, chrome bumper. I'm gonna assume it's the original bumper for this car. Yeah, let's just assume that. Unlike a Porsche, where Porsche stamps every single part with their unique Porsche D number, this one will be different. So let's go find out. Now, I'm not looking to permanently attach the chrome bumper to the 67 Firebird. What I'm looking to do is just throw it on for a couple days, kind of enjoy the look of it as it's pointed out to the street for the first time. Everyone in my neighborhood has seen the rear end of this car, and I really want them to see that chrome bumper on there. So I'm thinking 2 bolts, the one that goes here, the one that goes there, that would hold it in place for a couple days until I start to take off the fenders and this front clip so I can get to the suspension. I mean, I can get to it from here, but I think by taking everything apart and being able to paint that and make it look right for when we do paint the car and everything is proper, I think that's what we should do. So let's grab the bumper and let's see if we can't get this thing attached. All right, here we go. Let's see. Take these bolts. And again, these are not the right bolts, just something I have. And over here, all right, so again, not factory bolts, just something I have on hand to put this in line. Now it's supposed to lip under like that, but as you can see, we're a little off. So I'm not sure if the bumper's bent or if this part here is bent. And it should tighten up pretty darn close in here. So with that being said, so down here, you can kind of see there's a gap. And I'm not sure if that's supposed to, if this is supposed to be down more, if this is bent, but is there supposed to be that much of a gap there? I mean, I put my hand in there, and then about the same on that side as well. As you can see, there's a gap right there. So I guess some more finagling. I mean, maybe I could push it up, and then right here, I think that right there. Let's see. Yeah, I bet that is that bolt right there. Let me grab one. Let's see. All right, so I'm just curious. We came down here. Okay, push that in. Yep, not gonna line up. Let me see if I can get that to line up real quick. Now, I was able to get that bolt into both brackets, but still not much room. But we still have an opening here. Let's see. I wonder if I push this. Yeah, see, I could get that in there. Let me get that done real quick. Need 2 hands. Let's see if we can't get this bumper to line up better. Okay, there's that one. Okay, let's try this one over here. Cool. Well, let's take a look. All right, so better with putting those in there. Still have a little bit of room. Not quite perfect on this ledge, but better. How does that look? She's got her grill on. We still have a bit of a gap here. And again, I'm not sure if this is bent or not. If you know if this is a sign of a bent bumper or a bent front piece, this here, will you comment down below and let me know? But I got 2 fingers worth of space there. And over on this side, a little bit more than 2 fingers worth of space. And so, maybe. Now down below, and here, sorta, that might help out, but this here is not even near. Well, there's that one right there. There's still, as you can see, there's still a gap in that, and I don't see anything that that would hook onto just yet. Same as that, and then over here as well, there's that, but again, a little bit tighter. Can't quite get all my tight, but but I think overall much better. Well, definitely you can see there's a gap, and this bumper I think should lap over, and that should be really tight on this, maybe even more so here with this hood. Now, we do know the hood has a slight bend in it, so back here it's pretty flush. When you get to here, there's a lip, and also on this side, and unfortunately this is me, I know, because when I went to look at the car, we could not get the hood to open up because those springs were frozen, but we were able to free them up. So maybe that might help us here, but I don't. As you can see the gap there, how much more of a gap there is. That's quite a bit. So if you have an idea or something, make a comment down below for me, please. Well, guys, I just want to wrap up another episode of Firebird Friday, working on the 67 Firebird. Next thing, I guess, is going to be, well, maybe one more trip around the block. Got to do that at least maybe one more time before we start pulling off the fenders. We pull off that radiator support in the hood and basically get down to just the frame. And I think I'm going to yank this motor out and this tranny and either rebuild, or if one of you guys have a lead on a Pontiac 400 that's cheap somewhere around me that I can get, or we can make a deal, leave me a comment down below and let me know what you got, and we'll see where we can go from there. Other than that, I think the first thing's going to be, like I said, remove the front clip, get that engine out, replace the subframe bushings on both sides, go ahead and do the whole front suspension, new ball joints, new tie rod ends, new idler arm, new sway bar bushings, drop links, get all that done, new shocks for the front. We'll head to the back, we'll do new shocks back there, take a look at the bushings and leaf springs, see what we have to take care of back there. Freshen up a motor, rebuild a motor, you can buy a motor already pre-done for us, maybe a Pontiac 400 if you have one. Link below, let me know. Drink. I like margaritas, but these aren't bad. But my own margaritas are better. But anyways, back to the point. Then I think after that, we attack this roof, we cut it off, we get a new skid on, we weld that into place, get that taken care of, do some body work around the car, get everything kind of lined up and jammed right, just right. And I think we paint her. And then after we paint, I think then we start working on the interior. Somewhere along the lines we'll do some wiring. I know there was a fire at one time in the shop where my brother had the bird for a while, and I could tell some evidence in the trunk there was some fire if you go back and look. So we'll take it from there. But I'm just going to wrap it up for this episode of Firebird Fridays. We at least got to drive it again. We've got the bird backed up. Her nose is pointing out to the street, so all my neighbors when they walk by can give me a big thumbs up. You can see the nose of this bird for the first time in like 7 months. And if you have any comments, questions, ideas, if you have some stuff that I may need because I'm building this on a budget, my mailing address is in the description down below. Send me something, send me a postcard, you know, who knows. I may get some stickers made up. And remember, next week, the new shirts come in. My new Pontiac wrenching logo is on that shirt. They're going to be tank tops for the summer. Remember, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, so it's, you know, end of May, middle of May, and it's already freaking 100 degrees today. This is why we drink, you know, right? So, with that, guys, thank you so much. If you're a subscriber, you're awesome. Thank you so much. If you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. Follow along as we rebuild this 67 Firebird and come along for the journey. Until next week, guys, have a good one.